Welcome back to the 2024 APP Punta Gorda Open. Our men's doubles gold medal match is set. Let's talk about the women next, shall we? Because we have a women's doubles semifinal coming your way. Getting to know these two teams, one of them, if you've been watching the APP for a while, you know them very well. We're going to start with our #1 seed here in Punta Gorda. It is Susannah Barr and Megan Fudge. These two were nearly unstoppable last year. In 2023, they won 11 medals together. 4 of them were gold, and looking to start 2024 that exact same way. Susannah Barr there in the red, 46 years old, out of Boise, Idaho, military veteran, playing with her partner, Megan Fudge. Megan Fudge, we just saw her husband, Riley DeHart, play a few matches ago. Megan, 36 years old, based out of Bel Air, Florida these days, but originally from Germany, and now these days couldn't call anywhere home because she and her family traveling the country by RV. We'll get into that a little bit more down the road, but let's talk about who they're facing. Millie Rane, she's 25 years old, out of Boca Raton, Florida. So our resident Florida geography expert, how far are we from Boca Raton?
2.5-ish, 3 hours.
Not terrible, playing in your home state. Bobbi Oshiro, on the other hand, would be hard to be further away from her home state of Hawaii. She, growing up in Hawaii, but now calling Florida home, 29 years old. She played with Will Howells, who you just saw punch his ticket to the men's doubles gold medal match. She played with him in mixed doubles, and Chad, I was here late last night watching that match. She was on fire. So this is a duo that we may not have seen as many times here on championship court, but they are not ones to be taken lightly.
Well, we've definitely seen Bobbi Oshiro in a couple of championship Sundays in 2003, 2023. Wow. This was actually the final that we had in Dallas. Megan and Susannah coming out on top there, but do not sleep on Millie Rane and Bobbi Oshiro. What I'll be looking for out of them is to be a little bit more aggressive. They both do an excellent job setting each other up. They're very familiar with each other, train with each other over on the east coast of Florida. And when they were setting the tempo, setting the pace, and really putting the pressure on Barr and Fudge, they were having a tough time with it. However, Barr and Fudge, tried and true, they're able to make their in-game adjustments, and they make them quick. And I think that is definitely going to be the factor here, is who can make their in-game adjustments the faster, who can we know Fudge and Barr are going to be consistent. They're not going to make a lot of errors. They're going to have to be pressured into making those errors. But if Rane and Oshiro kind of delay a little bit in making those adjustments, then this match, these games have the ability to get away from them a little too quickly.
It's going to be a fun one here to decide who goes to our gold medal match tomorrow. Susannah, bottom right of your screen. Megan Fudge right in front of her in the red. It is going to be Bobbi Oshiro getting us started with the serve.
Little sneak peek of the power from Bobbi Oshiro.
102.
AJ, you and I were talking about, she's definitely an athlete. Got the muscle tone, got the physique. Doesn't have the height, but kind of just build it into a small package.
For our resident short girls, myself included, you know, sometimes you are small but mighty, and that is Bobbi Oshiro in a nutshell.
A nice reach-in roll there from Oshiro. Both girls playing with the new Alpha paddles. Be released soon by Yolik, so a little bit more pop in these ones.
That cross-court dink Oshiro was going for, just a little bit short.
112.
So 1-1-2, the score for Megan Fudge. Fudge trying to catch Millie Rane there on the uncoil, and Rane doing a good job to get it back in bounds, but Fudge and Barr stay in it. 2-1-2.
A good change of direction there from Oshiro. Recognized that Fudge was covering a little bit more middle. Does that inside-out forehand, pushes it out wide to the backhand. Ooh, Rane cannot miss that one. She set it up well, nice drop. Good roll, kicked up in the Barr, created the pop-up. Good hands, good defense there from Barr.
Just relentless in that point where Barr and Fudge, Rane doing everything she could to withstand the barrage, but lead goes to Barr and Fudge.
Hesitation there from Rane. That ball got behind her. Tough to speed up once that ball's back behind that hip.
Second serve.
Forehand left a little bit short, so on to their second serve. Our Barr and Fudge carrying a 3-1 lead. Fudge and Barr playing the aggressors early here.
Yeah, and it was an excellent setup there with the deep serve from Fudge. She created that short return, the big drive. They put the pressure on. And just the miss hit from Oshiro there at the end.
Great angle taken there by Millie Rane on the overhead to put it away and force the side out.
I'll take another look at it. Nice power, nice angle. I like that ball movement. Control of the point there from Rane. Went behind Barr and then into the body.
2-4-1. Great attack here by Rane and Oshiro on their service side.
And that ball potentially going out there from Oshiro, but she goes right into the right side of the body of Barr. Difficult to let go.
Getting some help off the net is Millie Rane, and she'll take it.
Why not? Little additional roll there as that one hit the net and kicked deeper, pushing Barr back from the kitchen line.
Oshiro trying to get on top of that one, almost gets two on top.
That's two. Rane missed one, Oshiro missed one. Sitta's getting a little too big with the take back.
Side out.
And that'll do it for their service side, but Rane and Oshiro do what they need to do to get back into this first game, tie us up. 4-4-1, Barr with the serve, and that forehand left short. On to their second.
Well, hitting into the wind there, you go with that lower drop. You have to anticipate that the ball's going to push it down. You need to get just a little bit more height. Allow the wind to help you.
Great placement there. Fudge taking something off of that ball and finding a perfect spot in the middle, down the point of contention, and in front of the baseline. Look at that wind as it's making its way here to championship court.
Good setup there from Barr. Fudge started it. Rane and Oshiro held on, got back into the point, but it was that last ball there from Barr. Getting back behind that left foot of Rane, created the pop-up.
6-4-2 for Fudge's serve. That ball out of bounds. So it's a 7-4 lead here for Barr and Fudge.
And this is the difficulty for Oshiro and Rane. You can't give up these unforced errors and allow Fudge and Barr to generate any extended lead.
Rane doing a good job of staying in that patiently dinking with Megan Fudge and then picking her moment. Change direction, change pace, and the point.
Another good spot there from Barr. Fudge again controlling the point. One thing that I'm seeing on both sides, especially when those balls are going to the backhand and the cross-court dink, we don't always have to recover back to that middle. Unless you make your opponents move, then we're taking that additional step. It's just opening up that ball back, or the area back behind us.
Oh, Bobbi pushing that one just a little bit wide, and so this is that extended lead that you're talking about, Chad. Doubling up Rane and Oshiro here in our first game of our women's doubles semifinal.
Nice drop there from Barr. Again, gets a little bit more height on this one. Adds some roll. The wind pushes it down. Gets it right to the feet as Rane's trying to come forward.
Another look here at what you're talking about. Just not putting enough lift on that one is Millie Rane, and so Oshiro and Rane taking a timeout here. Want to think about it, how on earth to get Barr and Fudge out of their rhythm.
Oh, we got Georgia Johnson over there coaching them up. She trains with Millie and Bobbi over there on the east coast of Florida. What it comes down to right now, Barr and Fudge doing a good job controlling the point, moving the ball around. Oshiro and Rane, they've had a couple of opportunities. They've had a couple of flashes of doing the same thing that Barr and Fudge have done as far as controlling it, getting that ball behind Fudge, getting it to the feet of Barr. But there's too many mistakes right now. They've made a few too many unforced errors.
Doing a good job there, though, out of the timeout. Pushing Fudge and Barr immediately onto their second serve. 9-4-2. 9-4-2. Susannah Barr with the serve. Some great resets in the middle of that point from Rane and Oshiro.
Yeah, excellent defense and getting themselves back into that point.
4-9-1.
Oshiro recognizing the error there, gets back on top of that counter.
Bobbi trying to get out of the way of that one, but off of her back, it looked like. Shoulders.
As soon as Fudge hit it, Oshiro's like, yep, got me beat. Excellent hold there from Fudge.
That one just a little bit too strong on the forehand from Millie Rane, so they did a great job out of the timeout to get the ball immediately back on their side.
9-4-1.
Without letting Barr and Fudge extend their lead, but no points scored on their service side, and Fudge and Barr with another opportunity here, and they take advantage of it. Sets up a game point opportunity. Megan Fudge with the serve.
10-4-1.
10-4-1. And they get it done. Millie Rane with a nice change of pace there, but Fudge responding. Her and Susannah Barr in sync to start this game number 1 of our women's doubles semifinals.
Yeah.
Let's have game 2.
Again, though, it was the missed ball.
The Pro XR pickleball paddle answers the age-old question of how to get paddle speed and control with the same paddle and one grip, and this is it. Pro XR gives you more spin, greater control, and quicker reloads on every shot in the game, because you always have that constant feel for that leverage and control and paddle speed that we're all looking for. Pro XR is the most revolutionary technology in pickleball.
Need to sell tickets for an event? From Sports Illustrated's official ticketing platform, introducing Box Office. Manage ticketing for sports, festivals, fundraisers, and more, paid or free. And we go beyond the barcode. Introducing Super Ticket. Super Tickets are secured by blockchain technology and transform into exclusive digital content, promotions, and rewards between the event and guests. Cheaper, better, simpler, more secure. Sports Illustrated Tickets. Partner with us for your next event.
We all love pickleball because it's a sport you can play with the whole family, and now the little ones can play too. Introducing the Ben Johns Jr. paddle and the Megalodon paddle that both feature smaller grips, lightweight and durable construction, and a fun design that the kids are going to love.
The APP is sponsored by AARP, healthy and active at any age.
Welcome back to the 2024 APP Punta Gorda Open. Game 1 goes to Megan Fudge and Susannah Barr. While we have a break in the action as we get you set for Game 2, gives us a chance to highlight our Humana Human Care Spotlight winner. Her name is Sue Meyer. Sue has been volunteering for the APP for 3 years now to recruit, train, and retain all volunteers on site at the APP Punta Gorda Open. Sue is an avid pickleball player and has been instrumental to the growth of the game and community here in Punta Gorda. She has also volunteered at Marathon, Florida's Crane Point Museum and Nature Center, where she and her husband developed and built a seashell exhibit. Thank you to Sue for all that you do for the pickleball community and really all of our volunteers here in Punta Gorda. It took a lot of work to get these courts ready the last few days with the rain and could not have done it without the team. So shout out to all of you. On the court, Susannah Barr and Megan Fudge take the first point here in game number 2, but quickly, Rane and Oshiro getting the side out. Another look at how they did that.
Yeah, Barr just giving a little too much court there, stepping over with the backhand.
Oh, really, Rane putting everything she had into that forehand. Sails just a bit long.
Yeah, Rane pulling that one across the body. Misses that one wide. Almost starting game 2, how they ended game 1. Just a few too many mistakes. So the difference there, catching that net cord, larger take back. If we make that adjustment, even shortening the backswing up by 4 to 5 inches, that ball's over the net. Need to make contact a little further out in front. And that's an excellent ball there.
Just out of the reach of Susannah Barr's paddle. So it pushes them onto their second serve. 2-0-2, Barr with the serve. Looked like a little bit of question there between Oshiro and Rane, who was going to make the lunge for that ball, and resulted in it going off the edge guard of Rane.
Well, that's a tough one. It's a good misdirect there from Fudge.
Great pressure there by Oshiro, and Rane force a side out here.
0-3-1.
0-3-1, Bobbi Oshiro with the serve. Fudge trying to call Barr off of that ball, but paddle seemed like it was already making contact.
Yeah, she'd already started a swing, and typically when you hear that out call, you've already started that swing. Hard to let go.
Already decided what you're going to do.
Yeah.
So Oshiro and Rane get on the board, but pushed on to their second serve here. 1-3-2, the score for Rane's serve.
Good counters there from Susannah Barr. Elevated ball, second one, rolls it straight to the feet of Rane.
Rane calling herself off of that ball that time.
Wow, a bit of both. If I say no, I'm less likely to hit it.
Exactly.
Fudge pointing down the line after she hit that ball, saying that she should have gone there instead. So quick side out for Barr and Fudge.
Oshiro and Rane now with a chance to get themselves some points. Great spot there from Rane. Fudge doing her best to get a paddle on it, but can't direct it where she wants.
Yeah, Fudge was looking for that middle ball. You'll see it go to the, well, actually, looking for the ball a little bit wider down the line. And Rane went into that right shoulder. So very tough for ladies or guys even that are hitting that two-handed backhand.
Good coverage there from Rane, filling in when Oshiro switched sides and tie things up.
So I'll finish that there. If you're sitting two-hand backhand and you go right shoulder, right armpit, you end up getting that chicken wing.
It's a hard position to hit from, much less hit it where you want to.
Exactly.
So Rane and Oshiro take care of business on their service side, tie us back up. But after the side out, it's now Fudge and Barr with a chance to take the lead back. Great placement there from Megan Fudge, just between Rane and Oshiro.
Yeah, and excellent balls there from Barr. Rane changes direction, tries to go back behind Fudge, that backhand side. But Fudge just held it on the paddle, waited for Rane to take that step, and then went back cross-body.
Big overhead finish there from Bobbi Oshiro.
Well, that's that spot again from Rane. You'll see it here. Goes right hip, creates that pop-up.
So Oshiro and Rane doing a good job here, slowly but surely constructing these points, keeping this game much closer than they did in game number 1. And again, that spot, right hip, right armpit. Rane and Oshiro look like they've identified it as their target.
Yeah, and I like that sequence there from Rane and Oshiro. Saw an opportunity to speed it up. Got Barr and Fudge off balance.
Little speed up there from Megan Fudge. Rane sitting on it, but sails long. So on to their second serve, 4-4-2. Your score here on Championship Court in our second game of women's doubles semifinals number 1. Oh, great angle taken there by Susannah Barr. Rane just can't get around it.
But again, Rane recovering too far to the middle. She didn't really push Barr off the court, so she doesn't have to take as many steps back. Good sequence, good combo there from Barr and Fudge.
Good leave there by Oshiro and Rane. Flip down the middle from Fudge, sailing just a little bit long. 5-4-2. Fudge with the serve. Great pressure there by Rane and Oshiro, but you see the veteran patience and ability to dig out of Barr and Fudge on that point.
Well, it's also the spin there from Fudge. Rane didn't recognize the spin enough. That ball kicked, well, bounced and then kicked away from Rane. She didn't move her feet.
That's
a nice spot there.
Really good. Right down the middle, too low. So it's a side out. Barr and Fudge do get the lead back. 6-4-1. Excuse me, it would have been 4-6-1. This ball's back on the side of Rane and Oshiro.
And I like the pressure here. Good step in from Oshiro. Rane was ready for that second attack as well.
Just a little short from Rane. So it'll be 5-6-1, 5-6-2 now.
Nice pace, nice shape, nice shot there from Rane. Doesn't try to rush it. Allows that ball to get a little bit wider. Fudge doesn't slide over quite enough on that line.
Ties it up again. Do Rane and Oshiro. And again, Oshiro stepping in. The forehand, well placed, well shaped. Falls inside the baseline. They got a lead here in game number 2. Step in there from Barr, and Rane sailing that one long. So it will be a side out, but an impressive service side there for Oshiro and Rane to not just tie us back up, but to take the lead. Fudge and Barr with a chance to respond.
Gosh. So the dangerous part there, and then why defense is so good, you keep getting that ball back. The swings get bigger. You're saying this one's not going to come back, and that's what happened there with Barr. She got a little too big, caught the ball late, hit straight down on it. So quick side out. We're almost flipped the script here as far as unforced errors. As I say that, we miss one in. I'm just going to not talk about that. But
we try to avoid the commentator jinx here in the booth.
That has been the difference here. Rane and Oshiro have cleaned up. My goodness, 2 in a row. They had cleaned up some of their errors, but quick side out there with a couple of missed thirds.
The second miscommunication being because they cross paddles, and that's almost worse than missing the ball, right? Because it's just oh, this was us not being on the same page.
Yeah.
Wasn't anything you did. That was us. Miss hit off the edge guard there from Barr, and so we've exchanged some scoreless side outs here for both sides.
Yeah, and a good job there from Rane. Shortened the swing up, took the ball out in front. Much more control. Good pressure again there. Rane taking that ball early, not giving Barr the time to regroup, to reset, and get back into position. now Fudge and Barr are feeling some of the pressure, and they're definitely putting a little bit more pressure on Barr. The difficulty for Barr is she's either really, really hot, or then if she starts breaking down and that ball starts getting closer to the body, then she'll start missing those balls into the net. Probably look for Fudge to come over, insert herself into the point a little bit more, take some of that pressure off of Barr, and allow her to get back into that rhythm that we saw in game one.
Because Fudge and Barr did call a timeout here on the court, trying to disrupt the rhythm that Millie Rane and Bobbi Oshiro have put together here in game two. After dropping game one 11-4, they know they need to win this one if they want to force a decisive game three to decide who moves on to Championship Sunday. We're going to get back to action here in Punta Gorda. Take a look at the beautiful sunshine. Florida apologizing to us for the weather that it started the tournament with. She's back to her normal self.
Good ball there from Fudge. Heavy roll. The ball sat up just a little too high from the third of Millie Rane.
Oshiro with the second serve. Great placement there by Oshiro. Down the middle, inside the baseline. 9-6 lead. Another look here.
Yeah, good spot. Doesn't try to overhit. Yeah, as you're mimicking here in the booth, she loads with the legs.
Has such an athletic stance. Such an athletic stance, and it is serving her well here. And another timeout called by Fudge and Barr, as out of the last one they called, Oshiro and Rane picking up right where they left off with the momentum, put themselves in a game point opportunity here. If you're Barr and Fudge in this timeout, what are you telling yourself?
Well, even if you don't win this one, you have to try to regain some of the control of the point. Right now, Rane and Oshiro, they've dialed themselves back a little bit. They're still being somewhat aggressive, but they're not trying to do too much. They're just focusing on getting the ball to the feet, getting it inside the body. So Barr and Fudge kind of have to take control and start moving the ball around, controlling the movement, controlling the point.
Instead, it's Bobbi Oshiro with the forehand going behind the paddle of Megan Fudge to win game number two.
Yeah, excellent adjustment. I talked about it at the start of who can make their in-game adjustments the quickest. Oshiro and Rane made a good adjustment here between 1 and 2, and Barr and Fudge didn't make that adjustment fast enough. So we'll see what happens when we return here for game 3 at the APP Punta Gorda Open.
The Pro XR pickleball paddle answers the age-old question of how to get paddle speed and control with the same paddle and one grip, and this is it. Pro XR gives you more spin, greater control, and quicker reloads on every shot in the game, because you always have that constant feel for that leverage and control and paddle speed that we're all looking for. Pro XR is the most revolutionary technology in pickleball.
Typical insurance, you're just another senior.
That is the third health insurance commercial with seniors at a farmer's market.
Right? Don't get me wrong, I love a fresh heirloom, but it's like those companies think we're all the same.
That's why I chose Humana. Before I signed up, I spoke to someone who actually listened to what I needed. She told me about benefits that were right for me, like vision and dental, all in my budget. I finally feel in control. What are you doing?
Taking control.
Humana, a more human way to healthcare. Introducing Skechers Pickleball, the official footwear of the APP Tour. They're ultra lightweight and responsive for incredible speed. They have Goodyear rubber outsoles with a specialized pickleball design for increased side-to-side stability and agility. Plus, they feature shock-absorbing foam and Skechers' famous relaxed fit design for incredible comfort game after game. Conquer the court in comfort. Skechers Pickleball, the official footwear of the APP Tour.
Don't look now, but we have a match here at our women's doubles semifinal number 1 at the APP Punta Gorda Open. Bobbi Oshiro, Millie Rane making some impressive adjustments there in game number 2 to take it and force us to a decisive game number 3 against Megan Fudge and Susannah Barr. Take a look at what's at stake in this after this third game. Win, you move on to the gold medal match. Lose this one, and the only color hardware that you can be taking home from Punta Gorda is a bronze.
Change hands at 6. Time in. 0-0-2.
Let's play. Millie Rane with the serve.
Somehow Barr gets that ball back. Excellent play there by all 4 women. The good speed up there from Fudge. Counter speed up there from Oshiro.
I'm excited for the tone that's setting in this third game, though, because we always talk about how the third game is another feeling out process.
It's going to be a little bit more faster. They're going to take a few more opportunities for those speed ups. As we see, dink dink speed up, where games 1 and 2, the setup and the sequence was a little bit longer. Good spot here from Rane, going right at that right hip of Fudge.
That was just too easy of an overhead from Bobbi Oshiro. Just dinks her paddle up, puts it down, great angle for the winner.
Yeah, and a perfect. That's the key, the angle right there. Fudge just ran out of room.
And so it's Bobbi Oshiro and Millie Rane who get on the board first.
Rane says sorry right there to Oshiro, getting the out ball. But she put it away anyway.
That time, Oshiro can't get the forehand back across the net.
Well, Rane missed the spot there as well. Goes middle of the body on Barr. Doesn't quite get that right hip.
Sheesh. Bobbi Oshiro finding a rhythm.
Hip to hip. Outside of the hip. Outside of the hip. Right here. There. Creates the pop-up. And she's also opened up the middle with those 2 balls.
Great spot there from Rane. 3-1-2. Score for Oshiro's serve. Step in there from Rane. 2-handed backhand. Not enough lift, so it'll be a side out here. Barr and Fudge with some work to do as they trail by 2 here in our third game. Forehand left a little short by Susannah Barr, so on to their second serve, 1-3-2. Good speed up there from Megan Fudge. You saw Bobbi almost jumping away as she was putting her paddle on it.
Yeah, and Rane took that previous ball kind of on a short hop. It's tough to keep that ball down. Fudge recognizing the speed up opportunity.
So Fudge and Barr get a point back on their service side, but Oshiro and Rane get the ball back. with an opportunity to extend this critical lead. And they do.
Good roll there from Rane. And again, the key area to go to Barr, because she is good with that forehand cross-court dink, is right in between the feet. There's another one into the body. If it gets too close to the body, she can't get that extension. She gets jammed up, and it's going to either roll down the paddle or just push straight into the net.
Take another look at this here, how Rane and Oshiro took a 5-2 lead.
Yeah, just a little too close to the body. But other than the couple of errors from Rane, albeit while they're serving, where she's gotten a little too big, Rane and Oshiro have played much cleaner in Game 2 and at the start here in Game 3, giving them this 3-point lead. And it just, Barr and Fudge are kind of out of kilter a little bit right now. You don't get that sense of not really urgency, but the meshing and the carrying of each other, picking each other up to kind of change the momentum, change the tempo.
Rane going for the around the post, just can't put the shape on it. So it will be a second serve here for Oshiro. Another look.
5-2-2.
It's got a little too far away from it. Friendly net roll. Not much Barr could do there other than just get it over.
And so we change ends here on kind of surprising terms. Bobbi Oshiro and Millie Rane up 6-2 here in this third game. Winner of this match moves on to our women's doubles finals here at the 2024 APP Punta Gorda Open. What do you like about the way that Rane and Oshiro have not just started this third game, but for me, come out of that timeout that was called by Barr and Fudge?
But this is the play style that I've seen them have success with.
Sure.
Right, where they go out, they control the tempo, control the pace. You know, they've found their area now, and that area is in between the feet of Susannah Barr. Fudge then steps over to try to take a little bit of the pressure off, but ultimately that opens up the line. So the movement there, and again, we always talk about it with doubles partnerships, is the familiarity between two. We haven't seen Rane and Oshiro as much on Championship Sunday, but they are very, very familiar with each other. They have that understanding, that communication part of it.
Playing out in front of our eyes here on Championship Court.
Oshiro got the ball that she wanted. She got it elevated. It just got on her a little bit faster than what she was expecting. And that's that step to the middle there by Fudge.
So it's a side out. Susannah Barr with the serve, trailing by 4. Fudge with the good lead there. Oshiro tapping her paddle as if, I gotta take something off, take something off.
Yeah, just a little too big on the backswing. And those have been the errors for Fudge and, Rane and Oshiro, is that big backswing.
Looks like Fudge might have hit an out ball in there, but she goes for it. And so on to their second serve. 3-6-2 for Fudge's serve.
Oh, that's an excellent drop there from Fudge. It had a heavy cut. It slid through, created the pop-up. Barr just was a little too impatient. She got fully extended, didn't wait for that ball to come to her enough so she could accelerate through.
Millie Rane has wanted that around the post all day long. That time, too much shape as he hits the
Yeah, that one she
post.
tried to create a little bit too much angle, brought it in too soon.
This little Goldilocks issue there, right? This one's too.
Yeah, you gotta find
this one's
that-
too
find the happy
wide.
medium,
This
yeah.
one's too close. Now we're finding the medium here. Millie Rane looking for it. So side out here, quickly for Barr and Fudge.
Barr gets caught reaching rather than moving the feet. As you reach, it's more difficult to get that paddle head under the ball.
Barr with a great dig in the middle of that, but on the switch, Rane and Oshiro taking advantage
Yeah,
of the placement.
Fudge trying to step over, take control there after Barr had to lunge in. But the unfortunate part, they end up in the I formation.
Only good in football.
Yeah.
But quickly onto their second serve, Oshiro with it. 6-3-2. Fudge telling Barr to leave that one, but she wanted to make a point with that ball. Gets it at the feet, ball back on their side. So while Barr and Fudge haven't changed the score a ton, they certainly have disrupted the rhythm that Rane and Oshiro were in to start this game. Coming out of the end change,
Yeah.
we're in the same score.
Momentum starting to slowly switch back to Barr and Fudge. Oshiro and Rane, again, they've had those opportunities, those elevated balls, and they've gone for too much. We just saw it there with Oshiro.
That time Oshiro leaving the dink just a little short.
5 points, 5 unforced errors.
So a timeout called here by Oshiro and Rane as Barr and Fudge put themselves right back in a position to tie things up. You always talk about how many points do you let a team get before you call a timeout. Would you have called it sooner?
No.
Okay.
No, because you still have some time down the stretch.
Sure.
Yes, they were up by a decent lead. However, you just had the end change timeout. You're still up by 1.
Yep.
So it's a good timeout right here. You're trying to stall the momentum. You want to try to get that serve back, get a couple of points of your own. Definitely wouldn't have let it go any longer.
Right. So perfect time.
Yeah.
Well done. Millie Rane and Bobbi Oshiro getting an A grade from Chad Edwards on the timing of their timeout call. 5-6-1. Fudge with the serve. Barr going for the lob, just a little too much on it. 5-6-2 for Barr's serve.
Oh, Oshiro, I don't know if she was trying to hit it or drop the paddle right there.
The result, though, tie game here in game number 3. Ball sailing out of bounds off the edge guard of Bobbi Oshiro.
Barr and Fudge are now controlling the tempo. They're controlling the point more.
So we're waiting to see if we can get the original pickleball back. In the meantime, our head referee offering a new ball. But the players always opting, if they can, to keep the original ball. Walk us through the benefit of that.
Well, you're used to the bounce of that ball. You're used to the scuff. A lot of the times, if they're going to try to bring a pre-scuffed ball into it. Definitely not a brand new ball.
Right.
Oh, it's coming back.
Shout out to the hero in the stands who found the original pickleball. Got it back on the court for us. We appreciate you here at the Pickleplex. All right, so we're going to reset here.
6-6-2.
Third game, tied at 6-all. 6-6-2, Barr with the serve. Bobbi Oshiro with some good two-handed backhand cross-court dings to set up that pressure.
Yeah, good pressure, good patience there from both Rane and Oshiro. Moved the ball out wide, brought it back middle.
Now an opportunity to regain the lead.
Oh,
Oshiro,
that's a sitter.
Rane just can't get on top of that one, and she wanted it back as soon as it hit her paddle.
That's a sitter. You don't want to give those ones away, especially after you created that opportunity.
And so they get the ball back but cannot add to their points. Side out. And it's going to be Fudge and Barr instead. The chance to take the lead.
And the ball didn't kick up. Top spin, and it just stayed down.
6-6-2.
Kicked below the knees of Barr. It was a mishit from Barr. Wasn't a whole lot of pace on it. Oshiro thought that it was coming harder.
7-6-2.
So the lead goes to Fudge and Barr, 7-6-2. Too much cut on that one for Rane as she tried to keep that cross-court dink really tight to the net.
Well, that's a tough ball. She's made it a couple of times, but once that ball is behind you and out wide, it's so difficult to take that back cross-court.
That time, Bobbi Oshiro, it looked like after the last few points, she was like, I'm going to leave this one.
Yeah.
And then it dropped in.
Timeout receivers, 9-6-2.
Timeout called here by Oshiro and Rane as they find themselves in a spot they haven't been really since game one. Out of control of the points and with a 3-point lead. Or 3-point deficit, excuse me.
Yeah, and again, it comes down to Rane and Oshiro were playing extremely well. Made a couple of costly unforced errors, and then you could see that momentum shift and pull away from them. Barr and Fudge on a 5-0 run right now, and you can tell that little bumpy patch for Barr, she's now gotten over the hump.
Yep.
One timeout remaining.
And she's controlling the point, and then Fudge will step in, and she's there to either set up or to finish and put a little bit more pressure on. So ultimately, it just comes down to Oshiro and Rane having to clean up their motion and what they've been doing.
And that'll help them right there. Out of the timeout. Get the ball back on their side. Trailing by 3, 6-9-1. Millie Rane with the serve.
Rushed it. That's a situation where you have a ball that's sitting, you don't use the legs, you don't get down, load, you stand up tall and you end up hitting the top of the ball instead of the bottom of it.
Point back, though, for Rane and Oshiro. 7-9-2.
Oh, big serve there from Oshiro.
And everything going right out of the timeout so far for Oshiro and Rane. Opportunity here to tie things up.
Too big.
Some massive serves from Bobbi Oshiro as they get some critical points back on this second serve. Tie us up, 9-all.
Oh, squeaks it in the line. So you saw what Oshiro did right there. Fudge had taken another step back because of the big serves from Oshiro. So Oshiro just kicks the one a little bit wider, creates that shorter return, steps up, doesn't try to do too much with the drive. We'll take another look at it right here. So she's going to kick this serve out wider. Steps up, big drive, Rane steps over, goes back behind Barr. Textbook shake and bake.
And that was a great hit by Millie Rane because we talked about how she was over-hitting for part of this game.
It was close.
It was
close to going too big.
I thought that there was a shot it was going out, but she did a good job. Take enough pace off of it, take enough power. And now Bobbi Oshiro and Millie Rane find themselves one serve away from punching their ticket to the women's doubles gold medal match and championship Sunday. Bobbi Oshiro with the serve.
Oh, again, a massive serve. Barr almost bounced off the LED right there. Shorter return and a big adjustment there from Rane and Oshiro.
A massive moment for those two as they not only punch their ticket to Championship Sunday, but go through one of the best duos we have here in women's doubles on the APP Tour in order to get it done. Oshiro and Rane are moving on to Championship Sunday. We'll hear how they feel about it when we come back.
No, since I've been using Leo Rubber, I've had way less problem on my AT band and hips. It has been really a game changer for me, so I highly recommend it to everyone.
That's what makes it so different. The whole idea about balanced compression, it improves your blood flow, reduces your fatigue. At the end of the day, you feel so much better.
I feel comfortable, I feel supported, I feel that I can train harder, train longer, recover faster, and feel supported while I'm playing. And that's so crucial for me, especially in singles when I'm trying to play against the youngest. I'm not the youngest out there, but I try and play against the youngest.
18 years from tonight, Grant Gill will become a legend when he totally kills it at his improv class's graduation performance. Knees will be slapped, suds will be sprayed. People won't know what hurts more, their cheeks or their sides. That's why he's already keeping himself in shape and razor sharp today with health tips and wellness tools from AARP to help make sure his health lives as long as he does. Because the younger you are, the more you need AARP.
We'll take another look at match point for Bobbi Oshiro and Millie Rane. Bobbi Oshiro, 3-4 big serves to close this one out. You see that one, it pushes Barr back. She's not able to get more than 2 steps inside, and a fantastic adjustment from Rane and Oshiro. Dominic Catalano's courtside.
All right, I have Millie, Rane, Bobbi Oshiro punching their ticket to Championship Sunday. Guys, first and foremost, dropping game 1. What was the difference between game 1 and game 2, Millie?
Just being confident in ourselves and switching sides, giving them a different look.
Keep it simple, right? And then Bobbi, playing next to Millie, you guys have known each other. You came into the game together. What's it mean to you again now on Championship Sunday, or to punch a ticket to Championship Sunday with her?
No, it feels good. I know we've been playing a lot of tournaments together, so to be able to make it to a Championship Sunday, it feels good.
All right, Millie, Rane, Bobbi Oshiro moving on to Championship Sunday. One more women's pro double semifinal here on Championship Court next at the Punta Gorda Open.